All right, this is our end of September, I believe it's the 24th, update on the rental. So we've been working quite a bit, and this is kind of just the update, what we got so far. So I don't recall exactly what I showed last time, but anyway, all the drywall is done in the kitchen, painted. It's not perfect because this is obviously, you can tell it's where the two met, and I'm no professional. At some point in time, I'm going to tear all this sheetrock out of the ceiling when I finally redo this kitchen and put a no texture, just smooth sheetrock up there. But anyway, so you can kind of see the color. It's a grayish color that we ended up going with. Still have to do the baseboards, outlet covers in a couple places and stuff. But anyway, so that's how that's coming along. I have still obviously not started the paper bag floor. We did clean all this out for the most part. There's still a little bit of sanding to do in here. You can see here, I did basically all the patching that needs to be done. So it's just a little bit of sanding. This is the color it's going to be in here, kind of a grayish, a little bit darker than the kitchen is. Still a ton of work to do, obviously, clean up, and I mean, there's a lot to do. Still have to fix that light in there. But anyway, so here's on to what we have done. So we rented the sander and did all the sanding. Kristen actually did the majority of it. I did the edging and just touch up and stuff, but she ran the big sander. So anyway, this is the finish we're gonna end up with on the floors. It looks better in person than it does in the video. The video shows a lot more kind of difference in the color between the boards. It's actually not that great in person, but either way, that's just polyurethane. I decided not to go with the stain because that's already darker than I really want it. So that's just the finish that we're gonna end up with. So this is what a half a gallon did. So I've got to buy a ton more tomorrow and go back at it. This fish tank I've got sold, actually I'm delivering tonight, so that'll be gone, but still got, cleanup to do. I got tools all over the place and just stuff. Still got some other projects. I want to paint the inside and outside of the front and rear doors. So the paint's over there for that. I need to buy more paint too, but anyway, so that is that room. Now I did a line here. We did not resand this. This is varnished or stained with a light stain, but of course it's still kind of dark. This will be a little lighter on this side than that is. And anyway, I did a line there. So I'll put another coat of poly on this just to seal it. This room I also did about half of. So you can kind of see what it turns out like when it's dry. That's just one coat. I've still got at least two more to do, and I've only done part of the floor. I ran out there as well. I did that the other day with a cord I had. And then this room here, the painting is all completely done. The orange horrible wall is done. So now it's just, and I haven't done all the edge sanding. So one thing about the sander that you rent is it doesn't actually get all the way to the edge, as you can see there. So I have a combination of a sanding disc that runs on air, and then I also got this for my multi-tool, which has little sandpapers, and then it's got a bigger attachment that uses a little bit bigger sandpaper. So a combination of those two things I've been using. So as you can see, I've still got, I got here all the way along, and I got here, which I actually went a little too far there, but anyway, this corner, and then you can see where I stopped. So I've still got a little ways to go to finish up. So the corners don't end up like that, and that, and that, and this one's even worse yet. So to give you a size perspective, there's my hand. So it's a pretty decent area. in Davina's old room, I just kind of lived with it because I didn't know any better. So you can see in the corner there, and in the corner in here, actually let me turn this light on. You can see how that turned out. So now granted, there wasn't quite as much glue and stuff in this room, so it did turn out a little bit better, but it's not really the way I would like it. Same thing there. See, I sanded that before. The last time I rented this sander, and it did not get all the way in the edges. So now I've got this sander that'll get all the way to the corners. So doing all that, a little bit nicer. So that's the main progress that's been made. Oh, and then the other thing was, between Kristen and I, we did a bunch of painting. We still got some to do up here and up here. This is just some paint I picked up fairly inexpensively, so it's not the ideal color that I would like. I would like something a little lighter. Really, I'd like white, but anyway, so that painting is, this wall needs another coat yet. Actually, all this does, the edging included, so I will do that yet. Then there's a few other things, but there's the update. So at least we're making some progress.